What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Goosey, and I'm here to give you the scoop on this week's Geekly News. We got a few good topics to cover, three to be exact. I'm going to start out with what looked like we were on the verge of an MMA beef starting this weekend. Michel Pereira, Jorge Masvidal. Michel, man, I think you turned yourself into the clown of the week with this one. You come off of a good fight, you get the win over your first ranked opponent, Santiago Ponzinibbio. Definitely not an easy night out. You go out, you get it done, and then you call out Jorge on the mic. You say, Jorge, he slid in my wife's DMs. He's sending her the prayer hands. I want to fight that guy. Dude, you accuse someone of sliding in your wife's DMs. You better not miss, man. And you did on this one because Jorge came with receipts. Jorge said, whoa, buddy. She was the one sliding in my DMs. She was hyping me up. I sent her back the prayer hands as a thank you. I kept it respectful and I kept it moving. But now it's a bad look on Pereira because, you're going to go out, Mike, after the fight, the whole world's watching, and you're going to flop like that. You go through your wife's DMs, you don't even fact check with her. You just take it straight to the world. Dude, that move's always going to blow up in your face. I don't care who you are. And Michel Pereira is no different. He was having a good night out. He got the 2-1 victory. I guess it was split, but personally I had it 2-1. I know a lot of people are calling a robbery on it, which it wasn't. I think he did go in there and get it done. But it's never good when you win a fight and fans are calling a robbery because your image to the fans, that stays with them. It might not be bad with the UFC, but next time he fights, the fans are going to remember. I don't know if that's going to be the best thing for him, but either way, he did go out. He did get it done. He's probably going to be in the rankings this week. It wasn't the only fight that people were calling robbery on this week. There were a couple. And that brings me into the next topic of MMA scoring. I think especially after the Holly Holm-Ketlin Vieira fight, we got to talk about it.
This is a work of art. This is bullshit. This is a work of art. This is bullshit. This is a work of art. But this is bullshit.
Something's got to change because that's horrible. You go out, you get 3-2 very clearly, possibly even 4-1 victory for Holly Holm, just completely turned in what seemed to be a number one contenders fight. You win that, you go in the title, your life changes. If you're Ketlin Vieira, Holly Holm's been there, done that, but she was still trying to work her way back, and she got that taken away from her. I think open scoring would be a good solution to it. I'm seeing a lot of people fighting for that online. What do we got to lose? The way that they're doing it right now isn't working because we're seeing robberies every week at this point, it feels like. I think if we get the open scoring, you get those judges putting the scores out each and every round for the world to see, it holds everyone accountable. Because these judges aren't going to be able to sneak rounds on the scorecards for these fighters that, whether the UFC wants them to win or whatever, they're winning, but they're not really winning fights. Every other sport has a scoreboard: baseball, basketball, football, hockey, tennis, golf, and it's constantly up there, bottom right corner. Any sporting event, you're going to see the score. You're going to see who's winning, who's losing. And we got to bring that into MMA. Because right now, there's a lot of disappointment at the end of these fights. And that's not how it should be. I see people saying, oh, well, if a fighter gets up 2-0, he might coast in the third round. I mean, he's in a fight. If he gets up 2-0, he earned the right to do that. Like, if you're down 2-0, you got to go out there and take it to him really to win. I saw someone the other day say, well, if a fighter's down 0-2 and they don't really push for it, it's going to be a bad look. You're right, but oh well. Like, if you're down 0-2 and you know you're down 0-2, you should go for it. If you don't have the gas, that's your fault for not getting prepared enough in camp. So I can't really say I have sympathy on that. But yeah, open scoring. I think it holds everyone accountable, especially if you have rounds that are pretty clearly for one side and the judges give them to the other. That's going to look really bad. That's going to raise red flags right away. And I think that's what we need to really clean everything up, stop these conspiracy theories from people saying the UFC's rigging stuff for title fights, which, I mean, they could have done in this one because Holly Holm has been there, done that, and she has not won that. I don't think the UFC was super excited for her to go fight again. You know, Ketlin Vieira at least represents some new blood in there, a new storyline for the champ to fight, but she didn't really earn it. You know, she went out there and lost the fight, but won the decision. And now she's going to go fight for the title. So something's got to change. And if you don't want to put it in the UFC right away, that's fine. I don't think it should go in the UFC right away. But throw it on the Contender Series. Throw it on one of the affiliate leagues and really test it out. I think once the fans see it, they'll really run with it because, I mean, it's sports. It needs a scoreboard. Everyone wants to know who's winning. You know, I can't tell you how many times people have asked me during the fights who's winning, and I can't really give them an answer. You know, there's been 2 close rounds, and it could go either way. At least with a scoreboard, you know what you're watching, you know what's on the line. So I think we get that done. That'll be huge for the sport. And then going into my last topic, Suga Sean O'Malley. He had the merch drop today, the Sugar Daddy collection, in anticipation of Father's Day next month. And it's really got me thinking about his fight coming up with Pedro Munhoz. We're 6 weeks out of UFC 276. That's an electric card. You got Suga Sean O'Malley versus Pedro Munhoz. You know, Pedro's going to bring the experience in there, and Suga's going to bring that flashy striking. I think O'Malley's a little bit too big for him. He's going to go out there, stand on the outside, and get a impressive win in this one. You know, I have some insider knowledge that Pedro is not the biggest dude. You know, I've seen some clips of him. Had friends see him at a sparring session, and he isn't the biggest dude in there, but he does have the heart. He does have the experience, and you can't sleep on him in these fights. You know, he fought Dom Cruz last time out, dropped him twice in the first round, and then lost a close decision. But he's still as game as they come, and he's a savage in there. So that's going to be a great one. We got the trilogy between Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski. You know, that's going to be a great storyline. Is it going to be the final chapter in that book, or are we going to the quadrilogy if Holloway can go in there and get it done? And then the main event, you got Izzy Adesanya versus Jared Cannonier. You know, it's always good to see Izzy fight. He does stuff in there that most humans just really can't do. You know, he's got that kickboxing background. He always makes it look flashy. And I love that style of striking. You know, he's always a good night out. Maybe not the Romero fight, but you get one flop, you know, and he still won that fight. So is what it is. We got Jared Cannonier getting the title shot. You know, it's been a long time coming. He's got a lot of time in this game. He started at heavyweight. He's made lifestyle changes, worked his way all the way down to middleweight, and his career's hit a whole new level. He's fighting for the title. It's going to be a great night of fights. That's not even to overlook UFC 275 in Singapore next month. We got UFC London. We got the Dallas card, July 30th. It's going to be a great summer of fights. I'm excited for it. And let's get going. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, and let's go to the moon, baby. That's your Geekly News. I'm Goosey, and I'm out.